Right, I'm here at the rescue rooms in Nottingham, talking face to face with a couple of guys I know pretty well on the radio, but never met them. It's the guys from Eden's Curse. It's Paul Logue, Michael Eden. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. What's going on?
So just remind me and the listeners the band's lineup.
We've got on vocals from America, Michael Eden. On lead guitar, Thorsten Kuhne from Bielefeld in Germany. We have Ferdi Dürnberg on keyboards, also from Hanover in Germany. And we have Ferdi shaking his head there as if it's the wrong place. Badnendorf, is it Badnendorf or Hanover? Badnendorf. And we have Peter Newdeck from Birmingham and myself from Glasgow.
So we've been waiting a real long time in the UK to see you guys. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been kind of three years, to be honest, 3.5 years, trying to get things on the road and waiting for the right package to come along, but here it is.
So you're on tour with Stratovarius.
Yep.
How'd you get this gig?
We got the tour with Stratovarius. Actually, several bands came to us, and they were basically inquiring if we'd be interested in doing a tour with them. Mm-hmm. And
you thought it was a great way to get your music out there,
to get the name out in the UK, and to get the name out a little bit more than we had because we hadn't played.
Yeah.
So it was a good idea to do it.
Yeah.
And we'll get the name out there, and we'll come back and we'll do another tour again.
So how did the rehearsals go for the first time when you guys actually got in the same room together? Did it click?
Immediately. Yeah, it clicked immediately. It was I would say more than what I expected. I mean, these guys are pros.
Yeah.
And they worked for months over the internet between the two guitar players, between TK and Jay, and they worked a long time, and they worked really, really hard to get the guitars right, which was essential. And they came into that room, and everybody was prepared, and everybody did their homework, and we threw down.
Yeah. So what your set list going to be tonight?
Well, I don't want to give it all away, but Angels and Demons will be in the set list, and Masquerade Ball, of course.
So all your best tunes, really?
A lot of the heavy hitters on this. Yeah, definitely.
You played Wolverhampton last night. How did the gig go?
Really well.
Yeah.
Really well. Yeah, I think we had the audience from the beginning. We didn't know. I mean, when you walk into a brand new situation, you walk into a situation that you've never done before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never toured with bands like this before, and you don't know. I mean, the fans seemed to really get off on it, so it was a good vibe, and we had a great time.
So what was it actually like to just get up on that stage and actually?
Well, the very first, to get out and do this in a rehearsal room, that was the first thing. I mean, that was really important for us to be able to do that in a rehearsal room first and foremost, and then to be able to get on a stage and do it in front of the actual people that bought those albums. That's it. That's why we do this.
Of course, you sing with Pamela Moore on the Angels and Demons tracks. Are you doing just the track by yourself tonight, or are you going to sample any vocals? Or
no, I'm singing it all.
Just singing it all. You can do the vocals as well.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not easy. It's not easy to do.
So is Paul going to wear the frock, or?
No, I don't quite wear the frock. But
he'll wear the cross, but
I kind of become Michael's bitch at that point because I do the low harmony that he would sing on the record. That works well.
Yeah. It works okay. It's a little different, but works really well.
It's definitely, I mean, because of the amount of traffic that we had on the website and MySpace with the song and the video coming out.
Thousands of hits.
I mean, we couldn't not play it. We couldn't not play it. A lot of people loved that song, and we want to play it, but we talked about bringing, maybe another female in, and Mike said to me, I don't really want to share the stage with anybody but Pamela, and we hope we'll get a chance to play with her someday as well. So
excellent. There's going to be some superb guitarists on the stage tonight. So
there is.
Are you ready to unleash Thorsten on the world?
Yeah,
we were ready, and he doesn't disappoint. This guy is without a doubt one of the best in the world. I mean, he stands right up there with Gus G and the Marty Friedmans, the Malmsteens.
We've listened to the CD on the way down in the car, and we thought.
Well, I
would like to follow him on.
I've always been a firm believer that we don't need to talk about a lot of the guys in this band because the music does the talking.
Yeah.
This guy's playing speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to. It's an attitude more than anything else. Some people don't get it. you know.
The young guy from Stratovarius plays a fabulous guitar player.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Everybody knows how great Gus is, and I think Thorsten's, he's in great company, and he can hold his head high and higher. Also, another point is the keyboard players. 3 exceptional keyboard players. You know, Jens Johansson, you have Bob Catatonis from Firewind and Ferdy. So it's a musical kind of. You know, so I think that the bill's been really well put together.
All of these musicians are phenomenal folks. All of them, every one of them.
The last time we spoke, you were just about to release The Second Coming. Mm-hmm. So, how's the sales gone so far?
They've been pretty good. Again, we've sold extremely well in Japan. Europe's been kind of drifting along as it normally does in America. So we don't really get to see the figures, at least for about. Probably the true picture we get is within a year, really.
So how are you doing on the merchandising on tour so far?
Well, we've only had the one night of the tour so far, and we've done better than the other 2 bands, put it that way.
Just make sure this airs after the tour.
It's not going out yet.
When you actually see our designs, I think you'll know why.
Yeah.
Because there's one guy who we continue to go back to, and that's Thomas Everhard, because he's one of the best artists in Europe. We went for Artworks in Germany, who are Buell, Saxon, Motorhead, everybody, all the Axel Rudy Pell stuff, and we really got some fabulous shirts done. So I think when you walk out and see them in the merch booth, you go, then you see ours, you think.
And after the tour, you know, if we have any left, I'm sure they'll be on the websites.
Oh, definitely.
And on the Metal Mayhem website.
He's a whore, isn't he?
You know what? You can't keep a good dog off your leg. Okay?
Yeah, of course, Dennis Ward's done the production again on Second Coming. You've got to be pleased with it. It sounds superb, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wish he'd turned my bass up a little bit more.
That's typical bass.
Tell Chris about the letter that we got.
I got an email about 2 weeks ago from a guy, and I think he must have caught me in a great mood, but he was a Mexican chap, and he writes every kind of 6 months, and he was talking about I just listened to Second Coming, fabulous production, what do you think of it? And then he said, who's the lady in the video? She nice looking, he said, right? So I wrote back and I said, well, that lady's actually my wife, Pamela. And, actually, my wife's name is Pamela.
Yeah.
Told him another couple of things, and Dennis Ward, I said, I think his productions are lame, but we keep using him because he's cheap. I think the fact that we have used him again speaks volumes, and I think until Dennis says we can't come to his house any longer, I think that's when we'll stop using him. But he's a great guy.
Well, the production of the first album was spectacular, but he just seems to surpass himself on this one, doesn't he?
Yeah, and we worked. I think Thorsten's actually sitting 10 yards away from me, and a lot of the plaudits go to him because he worked extremely hard on his guitar sound. We told him at the time, I remember actually phoning him with a big smile on my face to say, when Dennis loaded the tracks in, the first thing he said was, well, I won't need to do anything to the guitars, you know, because Thorsten had bought this new vocal booth, almost like a telephone box, but for a studio. Had rigged his cabs up and sent me several MP3s, and every time I got one I'm thinking this is awesome, and then Guitar Test 17 arrived, and it just kept getting better and better and better, and the final one that hit the album was just stunning.
It is one of the best guitar sounds I think I've heard all year on any album. It's just
it's absolutely awesome, and in fact, to plug this man's talents even more, Dennis was so impressed not only with the sound, the quality of his engineering, his playing, and he immediately asked if he wanted to do some work, so he's just recorded all the solos for the House of Dreams album by Joe Lynn Turner's Sunstorm.
Excellent.
So Mr. Cooney's ripping all over that, and causing a few hair pieces to fall off.
It's a good album.
Yep, we worked hard, everybody worked really hard. I think we all deliberately made a decision to up the game. We asked Pete to come out of his shell a little bit more on the drums. I think he was very safe.
Brought the keyboards in a little bit more. The keyboards were kind of, they weren't crazy on the first record. They're a little more dominant on this record, and they'll be a little bit more probably on the next one.
Yeah, I mean, Ferdy joined the band very late in the recordings of the first album, so we gave him an opportunity to really be himself, and I think he grabbed it with both hands, and we're delighted. Sounds awesome.
So Nate, you've got the book for touring. Can we expect more from the band in the future?
Absolutely.
Before the end of the year, or will it be next year now?
Well, we've got a few tentative offers. Nothing concrete. We've had one or two at the moment, which we're looking at. It's a case of sitting down, making sure the calendar's right for everybody. I mean, we have a lot of independent musicians in the band who work a lot. So it's a case of seeing if they're available, and if we can do it, we'll do it. So we've penciled in maybe potential come back in December at some time.
It's absolutely not the end of the band touring, though. I mean, I was asked that last night. You guys, are you going to play again, or is this it? And I'm like, we're absolutely going to play again.